In this video, I want to share with you kind of a tragic story that I heard about another father and how some experiences in his life shaped his entire future. And I want to draw a parallel of that story with entrepreneurship and lessons that I have learned in the last couple of years. And if you have learned them, you'll understand. If you haven't learned them yet, I want to let you know what is coming for you. There's a great message in this story, so I'm looking forward to sharing it with you right now. So my wife and I went to church the other day. There was a special speaker and singer, beautiful, beautiful music that they played. And he shared a little bit about his life story at the beginning of the event. And I'm not going to share the entire thing with you, but I'll kind of cover a couple bullet points that are important. So he's a father of 8 boys. Not all of the boys are alive today. Actually, I think his second son, his third or fourth son, they had some rare genetic conditions, not even the same genetic conditions, and they each passed away. And he had a couple other boys along the way that had lifelong disabilities, being deaf, being blind. Just he really had a rough lot in life. As a man, I can't imagine. Luckily I'm blessed with 3 healthy, rambunctious children, but this guy has really been through the ringer. And through those experiences that he had, and he shared with all of us sitting there in the church, what he took away from it was, and again, if you're not religious, it's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to put my faith on you or anything like that. But there's a message here, regardless of your religious affiliation, right? What his message was that his faith grew with each child, with each new struggle, and he wouldn't be able to do what he's doing today if it weren't for those trials, those tribulations, and the lessons he learned that deepened his faith and deepened his skills in that specific area of being a father and a leader of disabled children. So now what's he doing? Well, now he runs this, hugely amazing nonprofit organization for disabled children. They do equine therapy. They've got 40-acre ranch and prime real estate to get these children and give them a life of love, of care, of success. And if he didn't go through those trials and tribulations and have the experiences he had, he would not be able to do what he's doing today. So it's kind of like a blessing and a curse. Not really a blessing. It's not a curse, but it is a rough path he traveled. But if he didn't travel it, so many people would be worse off if it weren't for him. If he hadn't gone through his pain and his growth and transformation, so many people, these disabled children that he's now serving with, these amazing donations and programs and all this good stuff, would not be able to be successful and would not have that love and that care. So what can we take away from this quick story about entrepreneurship? So you have likely not had a straight line of success if you are starting out as an entrepreneur, or even if you've been doing it for several years. It is likely going to be a bit of a roller coaster, an up and a down, some negative days, some positive days, some elation, some depression intermixed there. And I'm speaking from personal experience, right? None of this stuff is easy. But every down has a lesson in it. Every time that something fails, if you get a chargeback from a customer, you get some hatred on YouTube or on some social media posts, anytime you put yourself out there, you take that entrepreneurial bet. And if it comes back in not so good of a way, you have 2 choices to go for from here. You can lean into it like this father did and press on, and whether your coping mechanism is spirituality, whether your coping mechanism is just working harder or hustle or whatever the case might be, lean into that ability for you to cope and grow and deal with the lot in life that we all get sometimes and grow from it. Or you could go the other way and simply shut down or avoid pain, which is the natural fight or flight that we all have, and just avoid it at all costs. Now, if you take the easier route, which is avoiding that pain, you might have an easier life. But how many people, like these children that are now being served by this man, how many people could you be serving if you took the hard route? And if you push through those down days and those when the roller coaster goes down, if you push through and you keep climbing and you learn, you pivot, you grow, how many people can you serve if you push through the hard times? Now, I tell you right now, if 2 of my first 3 children had, died or were ill, I don't know if I'd be able to press on and have 8 children. I couldn't handle that even if they were all healthy. Anyways, so the ability to push through is not easy. People talk about entrepreneurship being this easy, lackadaisical, oh yeah, just take a selfie and 10 days later you'll have a Lamborghini. Like, sorry, that's just not true unless you're maybe doing things not so ethically. So if you're doing things the real way, if you're trying to solve problems and help people, you're going to hit competition. You're going to hit complexity. You're going to fall into tech heck sometimes, that I like to call it. And ultimately, you can make it. You can totally do it. Anybody out there with the stick-to-itiveness, like the ability to push through and persevere, can make a full-time income online or offline, however you want to do it. Entrepreneurship is limited by nothing but your own creativity. So just when you're facing some struggles, I've had a few ups and downs in 2019, 2020 so far has been going really, really well. But if you're putting yourself out there and you're hitting those roadblocks, don't curl back. There are so many people that can be blessed by the gifts you have to share, but it requires you to push through all the times that would stop any lesser, entrepreneur, anybody who just doesn't have that strength and that fortitude. Find that fire within yourself. Whether it's through prayer, whether it's through exercise, whether it's through pizza, whatever it is that helps you get through that. I urge you to try to get through it. At this point, there's no chance that I'm going to shut the doors on my online business and go back into corporate America, because I simply feel like I can have a better impact doing what I'm doing now. So I'd urge you guys to think through that story. If you hit a rough patch, just imagine, the story I shared with you, a man who's 8 children, just a number of struggles, but by being able to push through that, he was able to serve a even greater mission than, being a father is a fantastic mission, but now being a father as well as being able to serve hundreds of disabled children and give them a better life. That is kind of the dream, right? That's the goal of being able to push through the hard times and being shaped in such a way that you can serve in such a unique way. I think is a beautiful message. It's one that I'll keep with me, and I just want to make sure that you guys heard it. If I can, I don't have like his contact information, but if you are touched by a story, I'll try to put a link down in the description at some point to where you could help and donate and do whatnot. But this is not an endorsement for him. It's simply a motivational story about perseverance and pushing through and finding your voice through the pain of development. Because personal development is not easy, but you can do it. I'm here to help. If you want to chat with me anymore, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you are pushing for, what the future is you're trying to build through your business and through your efforts. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.